As the owner of Balista Lures, one question I get all of the time is, are these the lures that guarantee a fish first cast? I say, no, that's not us. That's a Twitchy lure that makes that ridiculous guarantee.
Salt or fresh, big or small, the Twitchy lure catches them all. It's guaranteed a catch on every cast or your money back.
Twitchy and Ballista are both electronic lures, so I can see how on face value they could be confused for one another, but I have to make this video to illustrate the huge differences between the two, and I also want to touch on some of the other electronic lures that are on the market as well. What I've found with Twitchy lures, and I noticed the same thing with the other electronic lures that I've seen as well, is that they've concentrated mostly on creating a technology and they haven't put anywhere near enough time into developing their lures. At the end of the day, if you take a rubbish lure and you put a vibrator in it, an LED, or a sound, or a little motorized tail, it's still going to be a rubbish lure. For an electronic technology to be truly effective, it has to be incorporated into high quality lures. I learned that for myself the hard way. In 2010, when I first launched Balista Lures, they were really basic. They were okay, but they fell into the same basket that I've seen these other electronic lures fall into. They were just average lures. Since that time, we've developed all of our lures with a philosophy in mind that they must be a high quality lure, whether they had an LED in it or not. That's the only way you can get a genuine advantage from an electronic lure. And every electronic lure is different. There are all sorts of different functions, from vibration to LED to a little cricket sound to motorized tails, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more variations in the years to come. When you're evaluating the merit of an electronic lure, I urge you to consider each brand individually. Because so many of these electronic lures are really low quality, it makes anglers skeptical on all electronic lures. Another common problem I've noticed across the board is the type of batteries being used. A lot of these electronic lures are using a rechargeable battery, which in theory is great, but the reality of it is you're quite often only getting about an hour's use out of your lure before it requires charging. Now that's incredibly impractical. When you're out fishing, the last thing you want to have to do is charge your lure mid-session. The other thing with charging ports and replaceable batteries is that area is very susceptible to leaking. I found that with Twitchy lures especially. The Twitchy lures that I've seen, every single one of them leaks like a sieve. Even putting the lure into a bowl of water straight out of the packet for 30 seconds and it's still filled up with water. I didn't even get a chance to fish it. This can be a big problem for lures that have interchangeable batteries too. Obviously, if you get a leak in your lure, it's going to ruin the electronics, and it also throws the balance of the lure out with water inside. So you basically have to throw that lure away. For us, we decided that sealing a long life battery inside the lure was the safest option, so you don't have to worry about the lure leaking. Our lures will get 120 to 250 hours of battery life out of the lure, depending on what battery we can fit inside, and on average you'll get 3 to 5 years of use out of the lure before it will go flat. The reality is, if you put the time into the lure, you'll lose it long before you can ever run it flat. Another really important thing to keep in mind when you're looking into these electronic lures is have a look and see what research each company's done. You quite often have to look past the spin that these companies have put into their marketing.
This one lure replaces them all.
Go through their material carefully to see if they've got anything that definitively proves their claim.
Charge them like your cell phone. They charge in minutes so you can fish for hours.
I spent years researching the LED technology that we use in our Balista lures. Firstly in the labs up in the James Cook University in Cairns. We tested every different colour of LED. We tested a flashing LED compared to a constant LED. A flashing red LED was by far the most effective combination. Since that time, we've spent thousands of hours testing our lures in the field, developing our core range of lures. The scenarios where the LED works most noticeably well is in dirty water. In just 1 foot of dirty water, even on a sunny day, the LED is bright and hence it works well. Also in low light conditions such as dark, overcast days, dawn and dusk, and after dark. I want you to know exactly what to expect from our LED technology when you're using it in dirty water and low light conditions. You can expect an increase in bites. If you're fishing in the middle of the day in clear water, the LED isn't going to be as visible. So your Ballista is going to work more like a normal lure. But for the times the LED does work well, it's worth using ballistas all of the time. because we've invested the time into creating great lures, you're still going to have the best chance of catching, whether it's a prime time for the LED or not. If you'd like any more information on our Balista lures or the research we've done behind our LED technology, jump on our website www.ballista.com.au, or if you jump on over to our YouTube channel, we've got plenty of videos over there as well.